Divorce happens. In fact, it happens to almost 50% of first marriages. So let's talk about it. Welcome to Divorce Happens, a podcast to educate, inspire, support, and yes, make you laugh through divorce and beyond so that you can start fresh on the next phase of your journey. Remember, divorce happens, and then we start fresh.
You get divorced. You get divorced.
Getting divorced?
I'm getting a divorce.
You're getting a divorce.
Because she's getting a divorce.
So what if I get divorced?
Hey, it's Olivia. Welcome back to Divorce Happens. Today's letter is from someone who is about to walk into her first attorney consultation, and she is terrified. Not of the attorney, not even of the divorce exactly. She's terrified of sitting there, nodding along, and walking out without asking a single thing that actually mattered. Here's what she wrote in. Hey, Olivia, I have my first attorney consult coming up, and I'm genuinely terrified that I'm going to just sit there, nod along, and walk out without asking anything that actually matters. I don't know what I don't know, and that's the part that scares me most. I keep thinking, if someone who'd been through this could hand me a cheat sheet, what would be on it? What are the questions you wished you'd asked before you were already deep in it? I'm not looking for legal advice. I just want to walk in feeling like I have a fighting chance at understanding what's happening to my own life. First, I'm so glad that you're asking this before the consult, not after. Because here's what actually happens in that first meeting for most people. You walk in overwhelmed, you answer their questions, you nod a lot. You maybe cry a little, and then you walk out having forgotten to ask a single thing you actually needed to know. And then you spend the next 3 days thinking of everything you'd wished you'd asked. That is not a personal failure. That is what shock and overwhelmed you to a brain. It happens to almost everyone. It happened to me too. So today, I'm giving you the cheat sheet, the questions I either didn't know to ask or I was too scared to bring up, and the ones I heard over and over from people who wish they'd asked them sooner. The first question, what's your experience with cases like mine specifically? Not just divorce in general, your kind of divorce. Do they have experience with high conflict custody situations? With a spouse who controls all the finances? With business assets or self-employment income that's hard to trace? With interstate situations or a co-parent who is going to be difficult? General divorce experience is a starting point, of course, but you want to know if this attorney has actually navigated your particular terrain before. And don't be shy about asking. The right attorney will not be thrown off by that question. They'll answer it directly. The second question. What is your communication style and who will actually be working on my case? I cannot tell you how many people I've spoken with who hired an attorney, felt good about that person, and then heard almost exclusively from a paralegal for the next 6 months. I want you to ask up front, will I hear from you directly? How do you prefer to communicate? Email, phone, a client portal? What's your typical response time? You deserve to know exactly what you're paying for and who is actually in your corner on a day-to-day basis. This is not a rude question. It is a necessary one. Third question. Walk me through how you charge. All of it. Hourly rate, retainer amount, what the retainer covers, what happens when it runs out, and then ask the specific follow-up because it is gold. What are the things that tend to eat through retainers faster than people expect? Understanding the financial picture before you're deep in the emotional process is one of the most protective things you can do for yourself right now. Money surprises mid-divorce are brutal. Get ahead of them now. Fourth question, what's your approach and does it match what I actually need? Some attorneys go straight to litigation. Some lead with negotiation, collaboration, or mediation. Neither approach is inherently wrong, but one of them might be very wrong for your situation. Ask them directly. Do you typically try to negotiate first, or are you litigation-minded from the start? And then ask yourself honestly, does their answer feel like safety, or does it feel like escalation you're not ready for? Your gut is data here. Fifth, and this one really opened things up for me when I started asking it. What are the biggest mistakes people make in the early stages of divorce? Good attorneys will tell you things like don't move money around, document everything, be careful about what you post on social media, keep your communication with your spouse in writing where possible. You want an attorney who is proactively protecting you, not one who waits for you to make an expensive or legally complicated mistake before they mention it could have been avoided. And the sixth question: what does a good outcome actually look like for someone in my situation? Not perfect, not winning, good. This question tells you so much. It shows you whether they actually listen to your specifics during the consultation. It gives you a realistic picture of what's possible given your circumstances. And it tells you immediately whether your expectations are aligned with theirs before you've already financially and emotionally invested. If they can't answer that question without any real specificity after hearing your situation, that is information. Very important information. And then there's the one I'd add that nobody really tells you. And it might be the most important of it all. I want you to trust your gut about how they make you feel in that room. Did they talk at you or with you? Did they make you feel foolish for not already knowing the things you had no reason to know? Did they seem genuinely interested in your situation, or did you feel like a case number? You are going to be sharing some of your most tender, complicated, vulnerable parts of your life with this person. The right attorney doesn't just know the law, they make you feel like your life matters while they're navigating it. That combination exists. Hold out for it. And please know, you are absolutely allowed to shop around. A consultation is not a commitment. You can meet with 2 or 3 attorneys before you decide. That's not indecisive, that's smart. You deserve to walk into that room prepared. You deserve to walk out with real information. And you deserve an attorney who makes you feel like you have a fighting chance at understanding your own life. You already do. You just need the questions. Okay, that's it for me today. Just remember, you are so much further along than you think. And I'll see you next time. Divorce Happens is produced by Fresh Starts Registry, the only divorce registry platform for everything you need to begin again, including home items, hype team, and everything in between. Remember, divorce happens, and then we start fresh. We're here to support you before, during, and after divorce. Head to freshstartsregistry.com for more info.